Hi folks, welcome to my humble off-grid homestead in the forest. And boy, do I have a treat for you today. Other than the songbirds. Do you recognize this plant? What if I try to show you some of its not yet fruits? I know you can't smell it, but if you could, it's very fragrant. Even if you just brush by, you don't have to stick your nose in it. This is perhaps one of the most powerful gifts that nature has for us. It is called blackcurrant. Blackcurrant. I mean, I don't even know where to start. It's good for mental health, clarity, dementia, Alzheimer's, gut health with your good bacteria, good gut bacteria for weight loss, cardiovascular, to unclog your arteries, eye health, yeah. If you know homeopathic remedies, it's #1 in homeopathic remedies. In particular, this tincture or the name escapes me now. Obviously, I need to use more of this. How do I use it? You can use the leaves, but to make those, it smells so good. Even in the winter, if I'm going by and I brush against it, I can smell it. So oh, highest, if not, I was gonna say, yeah, it's probably the highest in antioxidants, which is what you want, or else there's free radicals to keep in check. I've made port from this. You can make syrup out of it. You can make jam out of it. Oh, if you're making jam or jelly, it's possibly one of, if not the only plant that doesn't require pectin, like gelatin. It has its own. So that's one less thing you have to buy. So that's even more efficient. But to make the tinctures, they actually use the buds, not just the berries. The berries will be in clusters, and they'll be, I don't know if you can see, 2, 3 times that size, and they will be completely black. And you think, I've picked them thinking, oh, that's black. Let's pick them. But when you think they're black, it will get even blacker, even more black. I mean, black like pitch, which you get from, yeah, white birches. Any white birches here? There's a video on that. But anyway, you can make tea leaves out of these. Drink them, steep them. I don't know if there's a use for the roots. I'm not sure, but it's so powerful. You need to, if you can, plant one plant in your house and on your property, and you won't regret it. Easy to propagate, really relatively easy to propagate, and as always, they're free to our current and future friends. It's a gift. I mean, we planted it once. Ah, there's an inchworm. Can you see it? I know, small. See how they stand up, straight up, trying to latch onto something. It's pretending to be a branch now, so I don't pick it. But anyway, let's leave it alone. What else was if you're making tinctures? Yeah, vodka. I mentioned that, I think, but you can make pies with it if you're eating it. So what I do, I'm not a fan of anything with seeds, well, with the exception of raspberries and figs. But what I do, I make the jam out of them, and then if you want, if you're like me, you can put your blender, like a hand blender, in it, or put it in the blender, and then make it thick. Now that becomes like a syrup. If you know what Ribena is, have you ever heard of it? That's this. only if you make your own, it's obviously healthier. So I use that as a syrup. Well, it's a syrup that's not liquid. The Ribena and any kind of syrup doesn't have any of the skin in it. And the reason why this is one of the highest in antioxidants is because of our climate, because the colder climate, so the skin's thicker, but also because it's black. Well, I don't want to get rid of that skin. So when I blend it, I don't strain that syrup. So it's just like liquid or a thick liquid or like your maple syrup kind of consistency. I want the skin in there. Um, I don't know how else to put it. If you're making wine, maybe that you would know. If you're making red wine, the reason like white wine and red wine are both the same color, they just leave the skin in the red wine when they juice it, and then they get rid of the skin. Well, I don't want to get rid of the skin, so I blend it. I keep it in a jar on the shelf. It'll last if it's not open. Once you open, I keep it in the fridge. Now, what I do with that is that I put it in my drink. I don't drink alcoholic beverages, but I can. So what I do, I get a cold glass of water, and I add however number of spoons that I wanted in the gorgeous color. By the way, you can make stain out of these. By stain, I mean like if you're staining like yarn, excuse me, yarn or your clothes. Beautiful, sort of a purplish. It is black, but when you juice it, when you boil it, when you make jam out of it, it becomes sort of a deep purple color. I don't know how I put it. Really deep maroon. Anyway, I add that to my water, or I add it to my vanilla ice cream, which you can make at home now. And you just drizzle it on top, or if you have like if you're making like a dessert plate, individual one or not, or if it's a cake, you can use it. You can dip your fork in it and then run it back and forth. You have those lines that you see at the fancy restaurants have, or like you put a spoon or so on the bottom of on the plate before you put your dessert on it, and you run your spoon across it and make like a figure. White plate, this syrup, gorgeous painting. Um, my woodpecker. Anyway,